What if the reason that dinner feels so stressful isn't because your child is picky? What if it isn't about the food at all? By the time dinner comes around, you're already tired. You've been making decisions all day, you've been juggling a lot, and you sit down at the table hoping tonight will be easier. And then your child looks at the plate, pushes it away, and says something like, "I don't like it," or "I don't want to eat this tonight." And instantly something in your body starts to react. You might start thinking things like, did they eat enough today? Did they have enough protein? Are they going to wake up later because they didn't get enough to eat during the day? And before you even realize it, dinner turns into something stressful, something that feels a lot like a struggle. But what I've seen over and over again is that it's rarely about the food. It tends to be more about the lack of structure, it's the pressure, it's the feeling of needing to control something that's really important. And when we shift those things, everything starts to change. So instead of focusing on how to get your child to eat, I want to walk you through a different approach. Because peaceful mealtimes don't come from trying harder. They come from a simple, clear way of approaching meals. Now I'm going to go over my process that I use with families, and it's inside of my course, Peace at the Table. The 4 pillars are regulate, structure, nourish, and trust. So step 1 is regulate. So we want to be regulated and calm. It's one of the most important foundational pieces. Before anything changes with your child, it starts with you first. So before a meal, as I mentioned earlier, we come into meals after a long day of many decisions, and we might have a lot of things on our mind. So before the meal, I want you to start by just relaxing, just bringing calm, just taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And try to do this every time before each meal. This will just help calm you down and allow you to relax and just enjoy the meal with your family. Step 2 is structure. So structure is very important. We want to avoid our children grazing all day long. Instead, we want to have consistent meals and snacks throughout the day. So about every 3 to 4 hours, even every 2 to 3 hours for younger kids and toddlers. They may need to eat a little bit more frequently. Step number 3 is to nourish. So we want to make sure that we're offering nutritious meals and snacks throughout the day. It's our jobs as parents to provide and decide the foods that we're going to supply at meals. So we want to make sure they're nutritious and balanced. So making sure there's always a protein, a carbohydrate, and a fat to go along with each meal. And for snacks, at least 2 of those food groups. So pairing something like a cheese stick and a piece of fruit for a snack rather than just crackers or something like that. And for mealtime, just making sure there's some sort of protein, some sort of vegetable, or a fruit if it's, something like breakfast, and then having some sort of carbohydrate with that as well. I usually recommend making sure that you have at least one food item that your child will eat at meals, and then have other foods offered along with that. When meals become more balanced, the child is more full and doesn't want to snack as much between meals. The last step is trust, and this is very hard for many parents. It's your role to decide what is offered, so we want to make sure that we're offering nutritious meals and snacks when it's offered. So as I mentioned earlier, that's the structure piece, so making sure we're having structure around when meals and snacks are served so our children know when to expect food, and where it's offered. So we want to try to offer our meals and snacks at the dinner table where everybody eats. And then your child decides if they eat and how much they eat. When we start to negotiate or try to control intake, it often backfires. But when kids feel safe and not pressured, they're actually more likely to eat over time. It's not about forcing more bites or trying harder or making separate meals. It's about how you show up, what you offer, and allowing the process to unfold over time. And this is exactly what I walk parents through step by step in my course, Peace at the Table. If mealtimes have been feeling stressful or overwhelming, you're not alone in that. And you don't have to figure it out on your own. Small shifts in your energy, your structure, and your approach can change how meals go over time. You're not just helping your child eat, you're creating a calm, safe, and connected experience around food. I hope you enjoyed today's video and hope it was helpful for you. If you want more content like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!